So a 50-gallon water heater, whether it be gas or electric, yeah, the efficiency is basically going to have to change about 5 to 7% more than it is today. So that changes the diameter of tanks. So that's both gas and electric. When we get to above 55 gallons, the efficiency skyrockets. It goes from 50 to 100% more efficient. So that really changes the ballgame. There's one more thing out there as a parameter. Even though we're saying above 20 gallons on residential, on gas water heaters, there's 75,000 BTU rating. If it's under 75,000 BTUs, it falls in that criteria. So 0 to 75,000 BTUs falls in the criteria of being more efficient. So what I'm saying is a lot of 75-gallon gas tanks that you are buying and installing today don't really change. Because they already have 76,000 BTUs, so they squeak above that guideline. But going back to the electrics, when we get about 55 gallons, that's the dynamics. Really what's happening then is you will have no more 60, 65-gallon electric tanks out there available. You're basically going to go from a 50-gallon electric to an 80-gallon electric. 80-gallon electric is going to be a heat pump system to get the efficiency. So our cost for one, way up, yes, and triple the cost for water heater. Okay. What also changes is the weight of the water heater, a lot heavier and a lot taller. So some of those things are coming into play as you're replacing water heaters tomorrow. Is a standard 80-gallon electric might have a height of 78 inches. Well, it's going to be 90 inches. Do you have the height in that basement or in that room to fit that water heater? Things to be thinking about. Now, a lot of
how about airflow across it?
bringing the air in. Well, yeah, to water heater as a heat pump takes conditioned air, typically maybe in your basement or in your closet, takes it and puts it into the hot water tank. Okay? So then the cold air comes back out. So up here in northern states, we're basically, hate to say it, we got to reheat that air with a furnace. Great idea for down south. The other thing about air is we need space. We need 100 square feet for a heat pump to work. So if we're in a small closet, and it's smaller than a 10 by 10 room, it's not going to be sufficient for that heat pump to work. And there are other alternatives as we go down the line. A lot of professional contractors, such as yourself, will figure out. Maybe we have space for 250s or 240s. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we want to put a mixing valve on top of the water heater, turn the temperature up a little more hotter than normal, and mix it at the top. So a water heater might dump like a 70-gallon electric. So some things coming into play. But as we come back to the under 55 gallons, space, again, all those water heaters by nature, I'd say about 85–90% of them are going to be 2 inches wider and 1 inch taller. Okay? Now there will be options out there with different manufacturers, and you get on their websites. For Bradford White, we have a website we'll speak to a model number, the old model number, and they'll give you options you can use. So let's take our most standard water heaters, a 40-gallon gas that we replace today or use. That's going to get 2 inches wider, standard atmospheric vent. But another option might be same diameter, but now we need electricity for a damper. A damper will keep the heat in the tank, keep it more efficient. Okay. The third option, as I kind of mentioned before, you might go to a smaller tank, same diameter, put a mixing valve on top, and you get a lot of water at that first initial dump load. So really, at the end of the day, it's not a catastrophe what's going on, it's a change, okay? Just gonna get a little bigger, like Americans, we get a little bigger at times. It's all right. But this all comes into effect as we cannot manufacture anything after April 16th unless it falls in the guideline. Now, if you have a water heater, you bought it today and you install it 3 months from now, you can. You can have your grandson install it. It only applies to what we're allowed to make as of April 16th. Okay? Any questions?
Warranties that they're gonna have to go through.
Warranties. If you have a water heater today that fails, and it's the standard, say, a 6-year warranty, you will have to buy the new water heater at the difference in cost. If you spent $400 for the old water heater, you get credit for $400, but the new water heater costs $600, you are required to spend $200 extra dollars. But you get a full another 6 years warranty. So if your water heater is 5 years old, it fails, you get credit $400, new water heater costs $600, you spend $200, but you get another 6 years warranty. Questions?